Hold on, I need to mute my stuff. There we go. Wow, I'd be lagging a lot. I mean, on YouTube. Anyway, I'm gonna sit here and talk to myself till somebody shows up. Somebody did. What's up? What's up? I ain't got no notice on this one. What's going on? I was in your live stream the other day. You was working on something. Just got home from work. Appreciate you coming in now. I can't remember what you was doing, but you was outside working on something. And you ended it maybe 3 minutes later. But yeah, appreciate you coming in. Hey, Randy. Check it out, y'all. They call this a little vertical mode or whatever. I call it big head mode. Yeah, that's it. First time I ever tried it, but they keep telling you in a YouTube studio, you need to at least do one to be able to turn on something. So here it is. I call it big head because that's all you get to see is my big head. I'll make sure I'm muted over here. All right, I'm good. I ain't got to go back to YouTube anymore. I ain't got no AI plan, nothing. Just going to sit and talk smack so I can pay more attention to chat. We didn't do nothing last weekend, or I didn't do nothing on live stream because y'all know we was doing that Thanksgiving thing up at the church. And I figured I'd just wait and go this weekend. Then we got so busy I didn't even make a post for a live stream. Anyway, Randy, how's it going? How's the goats? Man, we missed our breeding. Like we normally hit it around November. Let's see, Cherokee goes in, I think it's November the 15th through the 18th. Those 3 days somewhere in there. And it just went right by us. And we got like a calendar notification on the phone. We got a notification and still missed it. So we've never did any kind of nothing in December. So I got 10 days to decide whether I want to do it. It's just another 30 days, but that puts us milking it like, well, if we do the full 6 months, that puts us plumb into July, maybe September. I don't know. But anyway, it gives me something to talk about till a few more people pop up. I'm still contemplating. She was a little fat. Oh, y'all got babies coming in 2 weeks? Woo! Y'all gonna milk share or what you gonna do? Y'all ain't gonna milk the cold weather. Woo! I mean, I know y'all got good places for the babies to go. I'm worried about that, but well, it still gets cold though. That ain't where you live. That's where you're driving that. Look at the comments on this. It's the first time I did big head mode. Look, they're so small. I don't even see how people on the phone can use it. I'm on desktop. But yeah, that's how it's going to work. They looked a little like, we always switch straight over to hay. Most of the time we try to figure out hay anyway, but she was a little fat. She got fattened up when it got cold. It's kind of funny how the Nigis get this little bell bottom look. I remember her hooves when wintertime comes, they get all fluffy and stuff. But she got big. Bigger than I ever seen her get during the wintertime. I was like, dang girl, you button. But no, she's good. She's back now, but got to give her a little bit more hay. Grain makes them fat, ain't good for them either. Oh, dang. Yeah, that's something I'm not looking forward to. We ain't had to deal with it yet, but we don't really miss any, but we're not like really experienced like at drying out or drying them off and stuff, So that's kind of tricky a little bit. And then if they get bit, I mean, it don't take much for them to get it. Open teat, you not know it, they lay down in the mud, boom. It's a rough situation. But we ain't new to bottle feeding. I mean, we try to do that all the time anyway. So anybody else new coming in? I think there's somebody else. Thank y'all for coming in. I'm going to keep switching between these tabs. I'm going to close one of them out. It'll be the live stream. Hey, Jake, what's going on? Randy came in and got me chatting about goats as soon as I seen him in here. I just remember. I got to watch my calendar again before I miss breeding seasons. Because this is a year we're supposed to get more, supposedly. 3 to 5. Then the next year after that's 2 to 1. And the next year after, I think that's how it goes with Nigel's. I need one going. It's chilly over here. We're still hitting around 55 or 60 during the day, but man, it's like 18, 19 at night. And for some reason or another, since we've had all those South Carolina summers at 19 degrees, is a lot more frigid. It's cold. Yeah, we're like rabbits too. We're wide open all over the place. I told him we had a notification on both of our phones, and we got it that she was going in heat in the next 3 days. And we both was like, we reminded each other, and then both of us just went right back to work and forgot. It was a lot of fun. Well, regardless of male or female, we don't have no problem with it. So, and it don't, but you're right. I like it. It builds up pretty quick. Almost as fast as chickens do. Especially if you got a broody hen in it, you better go in at the same time. Which I don't. Howdy, David. I'm in the Hamptons in North Carolina. It's almost right where, let's see, Virginia, Tennessee, and North Carolina all touch. It's like right there. And that little, then it's like maybe 100 miles down from that line, just below the North Carolina line right there. About as close as I can get you. Big old Amish town. We seen the little Amish kids, they travel in their little, they have these little Shetland ponies pulling them around in carts to go to school and church. And today they had all their little coverings because it had got down in the 20s, so they had all their little covering on the wagons made out of, some kind of plastic windows or whatever, and they unzip it to get in. It's pretty cool watching them go down the road. One of my favorite places. I love Tennessee. I almost moved there one time. Almost. Yeah, thank you, Randy. Sometimes I forget to say it.
Oh.
We on zeros. Oh, what?
You just clicked.
I know. I switched back and forth. There's my family anti.
Hey, Mr. Anti. Is that TV too loud?
Bobby's creeping, huh?
I am creeping.
I can't hear nothing back here. No, you're fine.
The kids are watching Rudolph. I was just making sure.
Mario eventually will have a meltdown or something. We'll hear her over the TV.
Mr. Dave.
What's going on?
Okay, I gotta get out of here. And Randy.
Get out. No, you don't have to get out. I'll get out and you can do the live stream.
You gonna handle the chaos in here?
No, not with them dogs. I'm not.
Okay, love you.
Love you. Messing with the dogs. All right. Yeah, her dad's dog. I know a lot of y'all used to go on live stream and listen to Bobby talk about it. She was rough, man. She had a rough life. Born male and female, going crazy with all those hormones. So he had to take her to the vet, or take it to the vet, and they told him he had to choose. And man, because they tried their best to get him to put her down, but then they wanted him to donate her research because they ain't seen no dog like that before. Not here where we're at, anyway. But man, she was one violet dog. She's really old now, don't move around much. Time for her to go. So, yeah, I'm not one of them guys that's, ain't picking her up, taking her outside and back and forth and back and forth. Bobby knows her like sign language. I misinterpret her all the time. I'll have her in and out all the time every time she makes noise. Bobby's like, no, go back and put her down. She don't need to go outside yet. She's asking for food. I didn't know. But anyway, that's why I said, no, I'll just stick to the live stream. Jesse and Lisa, there you go. Some of my favorite people. Good to see y'all. Did I see Boxcar Jerry? Howdy, buddy. Hey, thank you for the live stream. It gives me a little something to talk about. We had a good little chat. I wish Bobby come back in here because I was getting ready to roll over her like a steamroller. Because I was not lying to get your chat to laugh of. That's the honest truth. In case y'all wonder what I'm talking about, Jerry had a live just before I went. I like to go in and hang out with him and Digger had a little situation where his wife is bringing stuff home and don't even communicate about it. I was like, psh. Yeah, married to somebody here in the States, obviously, because they do the same thing here. Bobby wanted a cow. No, we can't get cows. Well, you're the truck. You got a truck. Yeah, well, good luck getting that home. We didn't discuss it. Yeah. You don't tell that to Bobby because she'll be going in the highway in a white Ford Taurus with a baby cow's head hanging out the window. She will come home with the cow. Animal in the middle of the road to bring it home. Rescue it. Why not? Yeah, no call, no, hey, can we do this? Because she knows most of the time. They ain't got room for it. What are you going to do with it? Then it's a 1 hour conversation. She thinks it's best just to bring it home and then figure all that out. So I know where you at, Digger. Bobby don't play. Bobby's one of the reasons why we got into goats in the first place, which I'm glad we did, but I didn't exactly ask for that situation, but, it popped up. Folks from South Carolina was like, hey, we coming to visit. She said, y'all got so many goats, just bring me one. They brought her one. Yeah, and it was before I ever got in the situation. Her dad sits and tells stories all the time because he drove a truck. And Bobby's mama was the same way. He'd come home and there'd be new horses in the pasture, new cows. He don't know nothing about it till he gets home. Lots of funny. Yeah, hey, listen, not even joking, but it's in the back seat. Man, old Taurus being like hit a bump. It didn't want to come back up, scraping. Round that with two of them, T-Bone and Buddy, I think the name was. I've heard her name so many times. Lots and lots of stuff been here before. I've talked her out of, let's see, what all have I talked her out of getting? Peacocks, guineas, but you can't keep them at home, y'all. You can, but it takes a lot of work, way more work than keeping chickens, way more work. You can actually train chickens to stay on your property, never leave, ever, and not have no fence. But guineas, if you buy them, you buy them for your neighbors. They won't do nothing in your yard. They'll go to your neighbor's house and do it all. Get rid of the ticks, clean it up, possibly destroy flowers and everything else that you have to go pay for. Peacocks smell like goats and are 10 times louder than any chicken you can put on the homestead. But, man, it's been a rough ride trying to keep her not bringing stuff home. Ain't no joke. She don't play with that stuff. Yeah, for sure. I just have finally agreed to start, searching for a couple of pigs. I said to put up in freezer camp, but I know how it's going to go. If I say, yep, we're just gonna get some, it's over. It won't be two. It'll be plenty. We'll have breeding stock. It's not it's really I can't explain it, Will, but I don't think I could have a homestead without a goat now. It's crazy. It's just it's one of the greatest things. It's a great move, man. I ain't mad at her for it. But she sure did. Definitely shown, hey, bring me a baby goat. They, you know, they didn't think she was joking. They wasn't no smiley face, no laugh out loud. They had too many bucks, so guess what we got? We got a buck. And we loved him to death until he actually said, hey, I'm a buck. Starts peeing in his mouth and peeing on other goats. You get too close, he'll just pee on you. And there's 2 months out of the year where they're not beeholes. And most of the time, bucks are beeholes anyway. They just like it. They feel good about it. But Ibanez is a good one. There's no attacking. He'll raise up and he can just stop me like, all right, you can pet me. I'm going to rub on you. But you don't want that either because it's hard to get that oil out. The females are awesome. You're not going to have any milk taste any better than goat's milk. And I've only had Niges. I had all kind of different goat's milk when I was a kid, but that was too far back for me to remember. But it was the best move we ever made, man. We get all kind of stuff. If you're willing to put into work, it's crazy at the stuff you won't ever have to buy butter, cheese, and if you get enough, Nigerians are just best to start with, I guess. You get more milk when maybe different breeds, but you get enough Nigerians, you can get some good milk production. So, at least for a whole summer, you won't have to. And then when we get extra, we freeze it, and of course we make soap, which is some of the best soap we've ever made before. It's got way more fat content, but we get caramel out of that. I just keep on. It's crazy. It's just stuff you just got willing to put it into work. If you don't want to, you don't have to milk your goats. You just let the babies do it. And then now you have a meat source. Because other than the United States, I'll let all y'all know, other than the United States, goat meat is number one in every other country except the U.S. It's number one. Tastes better than meat. You process it right. Got an expert in here somewhere. Ain't that right, Randy? Those guys raise Nubians. I think that's the meat goat in the meat world. But it's a good move, man. Just a breeding pair, you can do pretty good. If you don't want to breed them, you don't got to. Don't even have to have a buck if you don't want to, but female goats are pretty awesome. And, man, they can wipe out some land. Just got to make sure you scope your land out really good because there is stuff that they can't eat. A lot of people think goats can just eat anything. Oh, they eat tin cans and stop watching cartoons, but there's a lot of bad stuff that can hurt a goat, especially coming out of your garden. But there's a lot of stuff they can't eat, man, like greenbriers, kudzu, all that stuff. Man, they can eat an acre of that stuff. Tell them, Jake, goats are like best lawnmowers you can get to. It's not a bad move, man, at all. I ain't tried any of that. I got one down here you could try to milk. I'm not sure though. He's pretty tame, but it's only 2 months out of a year. He might not like that. Now, but I will tell you what. If you don't keep your buck away from your doe while you're milking, you will definitely know what that pee tastes like. Guaranteed. Because it's called tainted milk, and it is the worst. Golly, it's the worst, y'all. I'm telling you. It's worse than the colostrum. When you don't know nothing about goats and you drink that stuff too early, it will ruin you for the rest. You won't want to drink goat's milk anymore. I promise you. That's why a lot of people won't drink it today. They didn't know what they was doing. There's a certain time you got to start drinking your goat's milk. And especially when they're first freshener, they put out a lot of colostrum the first time. It takes a little while before you can get the taste right. But once you get it right, you'll never want no other milk. That's why when we don't have our goats in season, we go here to the Amish Creamery. It's right across the road. I mean, I could walk to it. And theirs tastes exactly the same. They have raw, and they have some balanced nutrients. They have all kind of stuff. Ice cream, best stuff in the world, other than what we do here. But anyway, I could blabber on and on about goats, but this is not a bad move, dude. Seriously. Yeah, yeah, Borgos. I'm sorry. It's uh Lazy Acres Homestead. Bobby's family, they're actually kin. They have the Nubians. That's right. Nubians are the bigger milk producers, right, Randy? But they're good for meat too. Anyway, don't matter what kind of goat y'all look into. Go look it up. Goat milk is the number one meat in the world. Like it's the best tasting, other than the U.S. I think they have it at like number 5 or something. A lot of myths out there, just like those broiler chickens that y'all waiting from the grocery store. Everybody will go buy them Cornish and raise them up. Ain't the best tasting meat in the world. That's actually number 5. Sorry. I mean, I forgot I'm in vertical. I'm in big head mode, y'all. That's what I call this, big head mode. See, it's all you see is my big head. But yeah, 5. Anyhow, let me go back. Yeah, I guess I'm glad I'm married to a homesteading country girl. She don't mind getting her hands dirty, if you know what I mean. But no, she like having a goat. Beast loves them. He likes to play with them like cats and stuff. The goats don't like it very much. The girls just run from him, but the bucks, man, try to break his rib cage or wait for he gets, he'll get close to him, and so they can spike and lift him up. They'll throw him over the fence if a dog gets in there. Hey, rough. Christy Bet, it's been a while. I seen you in live the other day. Good to see that name. Good to see you. I remember all the way back from Pete's Little Homestead. That's where I first heard that name from. Good to see you, Christy Betts. Good to see you too, Rick, if I hadn't said hey to you already. But thank you for hanging out with us as long as you can. Have a good night, friend. Let me make sure I didn't miss my other 10 or 11 people. I think I got all y'all. Sorry about the hiccups. I always eat before I go live. So anyhow, yeah. You need some goats, Will. Get you some and milk them. Yeah. Wait till they get. Bobby was kind of the same way. She was like, "Nah, yeah, we don't do that. Just let it go for a little while." I was like, "Okay, fine," because they was coaching Bantams, the little small chickens that we used to have. I sold the whole lot, and they was producing some good money, but man, they grow some really rough spurs. And she kept saying, "Don't get rid of them." Hey, they've never been mean to me. You don't get rid of them. I was like, "Okay, fine." Then you go in there and take care of the beeholes because I'm not doing it anymore. The pioneer of poultry raised me, and he told me the whole time from the time I was 17 on up. You cannot take the meanness out of a rooster, and you can tame him to not attack you. If you go to war with him, and do some of those silly tricks people teach you, you can get him to tolerate you. But that's genes, baby. That's all in genes. They don't get rid of that. It's already in their blood. It's just passed down. One eye, it's called jungle fowl. You go back and research a jungle fowl, you'll learn they ain't nothing but fighting cock. What they call them, jungle fowl. They'll fight to the death sometimes, and then they'll just leave each other alone. But once it's there, so if they're mean, you can get them to tolerate you. But every baby that comes out of that, 90% is going to act just like him. All the time. That's another live stream we're supposed to do. Actually, the last live stream I said Bobby was going to be live this live stream, but that was the last live stream that we skipped for Thanksgiving. And this live stream, she's actually decorating for Christmas. And y'all know Bobby for Christmas. We're lucky she come back here and talked. So anyway, that's what we've been talking about a lot in our live stream. We have a really, really good relationship with the Amish community here. That's why they allowed me to kind of integrate them into our farming tour that we start next spring. So when you come here and do the farm tour, you get to come here and you get to pick food or eat out of the 4,000 square foot we have here. Across the road, there's 150 acres food forest over there. Sabriel Lake Farm, these are some of our best friends and their clients. Their land adjoins to ours. We gave them right away with their fencing so they could put a service road in and get their power. They have little Airbnb cabins over there water wheels. There's 3 ponds, paddle boats. It's a huge place over there, and we help them run it, maintain it. When they go on trips and stuff, we have to go over there and keep the whole place running. So they're integrated. You'll be going over there. If people want to stay overnight, everything over there is right in with us. We'll get you a pretty good discount because they're besties. And you can it's a beautiful little place. Everything's a cabin. Every little Airbnb is a tiny cabin, but they have upstairs, full power, fully furnished. You can step off the porch, go right across your little driveway and fish, paddle boat. Go out in the trees there. They have acres of apple trees, grapes, raspberries, trails, nature trails. It's pretty. So also we have if y'all watched our farm tour, our community tour video we put out a couple of weeks ago, you'll know that we have a Amish creamery, an Amish grocery store, an Amish greenhouse, Amish furniture. Everything around us is Amish. Everything. So we don't really have to go into town or go to like a Walmart because we have everything here. And because we have such a good relationship with them, they've allowed us to just they have allowed us to start bringing tour groups in and getting some discounts. And you guys are going to love it because they have never did that before. And they've also given me permission to come in and make commercials and videos. That's crazy. And I'm talking about old school, Sports and Trooper, Mennonites. The only difference is some of them will act like they'll break your face if you put them on camera. And all you have to do is just respect them. That's what we do. And they know that we're not going to tell no fibs. If they don't want to be on camera, we're not. But we get to go in and, show you the place with the commercial. And I'm going to do another video and show you in detail what all the farm tour is. But yes, we have a great relationship. We trade seed because some of the people around us, like the creamery, they're so ate up with milk products and making ice cream. They don't really have time. They got a big garden, but they don't have time to grow everything. So sometimes we buy the milk, and then when we're in season and we have stuff here, we get to bring stuff out there. They don't make soap. So, we also have our soap line, the soap that we do make. All the soap, like when you go to our website, it says our soap is like soup of the day. All our soap is on our website is leftovers of what the Amish stores order because we have our soaps in 2 different stores. And that's why we make them. We've been making soap since 2009, long time. But our soap's always been sold in stores. So what we have left over, the stores here like to buy it by the unit, and then they'll mark it up. We make it by the pound, so it never works out to where everything we make gets sold to them. We don't care. We're fine with that because we've never had to buy soap since we started doing it. So it's a great byproduct. And then we have so much stuff we can't use, so we put it on the website. So that's why some of them is out of stock and will stay out for a while because, we'll make another batch when they order it, and it takes like 6 weeks to cure, except for that one gold bar that takes 6 months to make and then 2 more months to cure. But yes, we're going to integrate all that in our farm tours. We have a good relationship with them. We do trading. We got a really good relationship, and a lot of people that come up here in tours are going to find out. We've had some of our best friends like Jamie and Boone, and but that'd be Jules. Y'all know Miss Jules, but we brought a lot of people down here, and they said they're really excited for it to get going because you guys get to peep into stuff. Like I get to show you stuff a lot of people out in public don't get to see when it comes to an Amish community, and they know I don't break my promises, so. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the people that get to come here, we're going to have classes, canning classes, processing chicken classes. It's going to be a lot of crazy stuff, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to go back and make sure I'm missing comments. Some really good comments too, y'all. I'm sorry. You know how it is. Yes, they will. They surely will. And they'll take them completely out too. Actually, if you want another really good predator, if y'all want to keep roosters around, when it comes to hawks, eagles, I mean, it don't matter. Muscovy ducks, we'll wire them out. They don't care how big it, man. They don't care. and they have them big old wing bones. You can look them up. Muscovy fighting anything, a rooster, a turkey. They're pretty rough. They fight a little bit different than a rooster does, though. They just bite, hold on, and take those big old wing bones. Man, you can just hear them cracking stuff. Pretty rough. A lot of good stuff from predators, though. Man, I got a lot of good tips for like hawks and eagles and stuff like that. But when they land, it's over if you got a Muscovy or a good old mean rooster. We have a 9 and 12-ounce American breast rooster that just tears up a metal fence every time he sees one. And we got a mated pair of hawks here, but all of our chickens are put up and the goats are out the pasture. So whenever they see, especially this one, like you can just hear the whole fence rock back and forth. It's actually a hardware panel, a hardware cloth. And you can hear him rocking back and forth, hitting him with his chest when he sees a hawk out there on a ranch. Because they like to holler. Man, they getting bad here too, Jake. They're getting rough. Just down in the alpha pasture, they was fighting not long ago, coming through, fighting over. I guess the next door neighbor used to raise meat rabbits, and the pens got busted into. One of them did, and a bunch of them got out and came over here. But it was 3 coyotes fighting in the pasture about 2:00 on a Saturday morning. One of them had a rabbit and was running. I was like, "Y'all come here and look," and whatever he had, he dropped. He come back to get it, and as he took off, 2 more come up and just attacked him over it. And it was that's maybe 50 foot from the house fence right here. And Shannon, the next door neighbor, where we're going to do our tours at Sabriel Lake, she went ahead and fenced in the whole entire 100 and some acres. They just built a compound because they didn't want the deer coming in and destroying their apples, because they make and sell apple cider and all that stuff. And they didn't want the coyotes coming in and killing the chickens because they've done lost a bunch. So I think I was talking about the live stream, the last one I did in the live stream, where their fence around the compound has directed the coyotes to come down by the pond and just go right into our goat pasture. And they're already coming through anyway. It's no fault of hers, but I'm going to have to start, introducing them to a trapper or one of those numbers, like 243. I was just talking about y'all, fam. How y'all doing? I was just talking about you and them goats. It's really easy. I can promise you that. It's really easy, Jake. It's like canning. There's so much bullcrap that people put out over it. Back in the day, if you lived when they first come out, then yeah, you'd have to be careful. There's so many safety mechanisms on them thing now. It's like, we made a video for a course that Bobby's making where we take it outside and try to intentionally blow on them. It don't happen, man. There's so much. It's just bad information that people put out. It can't happen. So making it the same way. It's just the little stuff in the can that, sodium hydroxide that says sodium hydroxide / lye. It's the food grade stuff. You can handle it when it's powder. It won't burn you until it gets wet. But, all you got to do is just be safe. Once that stuff mixes up, it starts diluting with everything else. It's not as bad. You can get it on your hands, and you can feel it starting to get a little burn and a little itchy. You just go wash your hands off. The most dangerous part is just getting the crystals itself out of the jar on you, or the powder, and then your skin getting wet. Because it will flat tire your ass up. No joke. It is a burn that you don't know. But once it's mixed in the soap, you're good. It's still going to burn you. That's why you have to put the soap up and let it cure 4 to 6 weeks, because that sodium hydroxide just, all the bad stuff is gone and you're left with the goodness. But yeah, caustic lye, it's not that bad. It's really easy. And there's one more rule where you have to learn, like a lot of people, when they're making soap, you have your oils in one set, and then you have your soap base and all that stuff in the other, your water and your lye. Well, if you pour one into the other the wrong way, you're going to have a big problem. And that's why I was always nervous about Bobby, because Bobby's just one of them people. she's smart, but then she gets, ADHD. She tells you all the time. She's 30 different ways. And I'm afraid, I was at first, I was afraid you're going to dump the wrong stuff, but she never does. She's always did it right. But if you pour one in the other, I think she has to pour the solution into the oils instead of the oils into the lye, because you'll cause a big old puff of craziness there. But it's really easy, man. It is. It's not. I mean, doing the professional stuff and the swirls and the scents and the colors, it is like the 24 karat gold bar that we have. We had somebody, an ex scientist over from Flavors Apprentice, to help us make that soap, because you got to know there's a lot of flavors out there, organic or not, when you start putting in, or not flavors, but scents. Even the organic stuff, when you put in it, it changes the color, it starts ricing up, it turns your soap into buttermilk. There's so much crazy stuff that could go on when you're doing it on the professional side. But if you're making your own soap and you don't give a crap about any of that, it's the easiest thing in the world. And then when you start to use it, you're like, my God, I know what people was talking about back in the day. Because you can wash clothes with that stuff. It is like crazy good, but it never dries your skin out. It's ridiculous. But making it's really easy. Ted, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Man, congratulations to Young Son on that buck. It was a good one. I think I was in your live stream congratulating him. I didn't get to finish. I hope you and your pops at least got to see one if you didn't, do your thing and take one home. But thank you for joining, my friend. It is now. That's pretty much. But see, with the new ones now, like the All American, or even some of some of the ones that do use the seal, they've got it to where it's like the Instapot. These little metal prongs drop down, and it don't matter what you do. If you got pliers and a hammer, you're not opening up until the temps are right. But I think inside a canner, that's another big mistake that people that's been canning for years, and they'll take their jars out and go, why is my solution not at 1 inch no more? Half of my stuff's gone. It's all because somebody walked across the floor, the jigger shook one time. Once it's in that rhythm, if you move it, or a lot of times people are impatient, they think, oh, it's cold enough, and they pull it off. If you hear any air or any steam come out of that canner when you pull the top off of it, even if it's a slight little puff, that's when your stuff and your jars bubble over into your water. And you'll smell it. You'll know the minute you do it, you'll smell it, because you'll smell this pressurized steamed water. And then when you move your jigger and all that stuff comes out into your water inside, you'll smell whatever you was canning way more than you was before. So that right now, that's the biggest accident you can have, because they got it now to where you and King Kong couldn't open one up. You'd have to crush it before you would get it open. And then the jigger itself has one on it, and then there's a red for the ones that the canners that use the seal. There's a little red safety valve on there that'll pop up and let most of the steam out. And then if there's too much pressure behind it, the whole red seal will pop out, fall on the floor, and the rest of your steam. The only thing that's going to happen when you could leave and go to the store and your can will blow up, and the only thing the blow up part is this, the little red seal is going to come out. All your safety mechanisms blow off on the floor, and your steam goes to the ceiling. That's it. And in your canner, obviously, your water dries out, and the liquid from your jars go in there. So then that'll have to boil and dry out. So, I mean, it's really hard to blow one up. That's why Bobby's doing the course, but she's doing it for World School or something like that. I don't know. It's a pay course anyway. It's a smart idea because she does everything. Some of the stuff I don't like, if we're going to talk about canning for a little bit, some stuff I don't like the regular hamburger meat is fine, but when you start doing like a chili base, we have chili, she likes to can it. It has an overcooked taste after that. But if you just do raw hamburger, love it. Ham, Thanksgiving ham, turkey, chicken. She'll take chicken and dry can it. No water, no nothing. Just put raw chicken in a jar, a tablespoon of butter, teaspoon of salt, and I think just a little flick of pepper. Put the lid on it, 90 minutes, 10 pounds. Man, when you crack that stuff open, it's crazy. I never thought I'd like it, but it's the best chicken. I love it. I don't ever want to freeze it again. So, but yeah, she does turkey, sausage, ham. all that stuff is really, really good. There's no difference in it. Only like the hamburger that comes out of a jar, you won't be able to make a patty out of it. But sloppy joes and stuff like that, you can't taste any difference in it. So yeah, we had to make a video on trying to make one pop, and it's just a lot of steam. You can get your ceiling pretty wet, but you know, as long as you're home, you'll catch it for the burner and all that, because your stove and all that'll catch on fire probably first. All right, there's my peoples. Yes, sir. I guarantee you. I'm pretty sure Jake and Ann has one. I don't know what their take is on that, but we bought some. We don't have a freeze dryer, but that's another good way to do it. I got him his headphones, y'all, so I can get some people up here. You talk about some good stuff. So anyway, yeah, we're going to make a video on the farm tours. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're planning on fixing the Ford tractor, getting an old trailer, and just doing hayride the whole tour. Unless, of course, you just want to get in your vehicle. That's perfectly fine. But we're probably going to do that through the summer, all through the fall. I think there's going to be 6 canning courses, 6 chicken processing courses. There's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, like per farm tour. Like when you come, there's going to be 5 ones that's going to be scheduled, so you'll be able to find them on the website. There's going to be 8 different Amish places that we're going to be. I'm still talking to Josh about the horse farm over here right in front of the Shallow grocery store, which you're going to be able to go in and talk, ask all the questions. There's an open deli there where you can buy meat by the pound, or they'll fix you a sandwich of any meat of your choice. You can go outside and sit down. There's picnic tables all around. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually excited to take the tour myself. Because some of the stuff that we're implementing, I hadn't actually got to do until these tours start. So it's going to be really fun with a lot of information. And the stuff that you don't want to do, you ain't got to do. You don't want to take a canning course, then you don't have to do any of that. Just come on the days it's not scheduled. But I'm not sure how long each one's going to last. It's going to be anywhere between 1 to 4 hours. And some people's going to want to stay. There's a long tour. It'll last 6. And then overnight, you can go right over to that beautiful place across the road called Sabriel Lake Farm. I'll load over there, pick you out a cabin, stay overnight. And we're going to have some stuff for those people that just want to bring their RV and stay. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It is, Christy. Come on down and see us. And by the way, that's a really, really good idea, but we just ain't got one yet. I'm watching all of just see Jeff and Shauna and that little Frenchie and Big Texas. That's Jake's wife. We watch a lot of people that have them, and we're trying to make a really good choice because y'all know how I am, especially like when it comes to incubators and stuff. I'm one of those. I find the flaws in everything. Brother, what's going on? My Bulla. It's good to see you, man. Your summer's getting ready to start going. I hope you start making some bee videos. I think you're still doing it. Anyway, it's good to see you, man. Oh, yeah. Well, hey, Bobby used one of those for like 2 years. I wish I could count how much stuff she's put away with that thing. Lots and lots of stuff. She put it with the one that was using this time so we could get an extra 22 because of the green beans. That one row was just pouring it out. And I think the first 2 months we had like 85 quarts that she had done with both of those little bitty canners, and one of them only holds like 7 quarts. That's the one with the same one you're talking about with the little release valve. You keep them chugging though, you can put some food away. We try best not to put anything in the freezer, including corn. It's way better in a jar, especially if we do it like we do. The cream corn tastes so good, but we try not to. We do have a freezer, but we try not to. If we use it, we'll put our breasts in the freezer camp, and then we'll break them down from the freezer and put them in jars if we get too many. I try not to get so many. Me and Bobby can't put it in jars raw, but more than 25, me and her just, we don't have nobody to come over to do it or help us out. We do everything here by ourselves. And I don't want to put too much on her. So, you know how it is. Well, man, I hate to hear that. And me, I'm always late to the bunch. It's easy to do. It really is. And we do too sometimes, Christy, I promise. Well, not just green beans, but a lot of stuff. It's easy to get burnt out on it. It ain't hard, but well, we just keep on putting it away because we know eventually, we just slack off, go right on with it. It don't matter. And then when we're ready, we can go back to it. But I hate to hear that Bradley had his, that's rough. Like I say, I'm always late to punch. I seen a little guy, I've been around like a nephew forever, uh, weekly basis. And at Thanksgiving, first time we traveled in a long time to see two or three different families. Most time we do it here. And I hadn't seen my side of the family, which is how I know Cody from. We call him Cooter, but anyway, it's been a long, I probably hadn't seen him in 2 years. Good friends with his daddy. Go pick him up from school when I picked up my nephew. Or my nephew. They was just like best friends. And I seen him at Thanksgiving, and he'd already had a kid. She was under 2 years old. But it been about 2 years since I seen him. I popped up today. How's your daddy doing? He's like, thank God. I was like, I didn't know that. Late to the punch. I don't keep up with nobody, so I don't know nothing. And I know you didn't post that, but anyway, I hate to hear that. Yeah, that's what I thought the very first time I had it. And then Bobby found the. If y'all don't know, we watch a lot of. Hold on, I'll tell you now. I'm gonna send you to a good YouTube channel. Um, the Zimmermans. I think it's called the Zimmerman Homestead. Now these people are Amish too, but they left the Amish lifestyle. They still live the exact same way. They just don't live by church laws. But they homestead the same way. They have a little bit of power, but I mean, the lady on that channel has unlimited knowledge about canning and stuff. And I didn't like hamburger meat. And then Bobby tried canning it the way she does it, and I'm good with it. It don't taste like dog food anymore. It still looks like it, but yeah, it's like a Taco Bell hamburger consistency, right? But the taste is a little bit different when you do it her way. And I was surprised at the dry canning stuff. I never thought. Thank you, Anti. Appreciate you, brother. Notice we can't see no paintings behind us. Not this time. We got more stuff coming in, but I've moved some out, so. Thank you, my friends. Y'all toss them out. You know how I am. If you're in my stream and you don't know somebody or you want to put your link, if you got a link, put it out. If you don't, put somebody else's out. It'll be a while before I sign anymore because I'm afraid if I go into sets, I mess something up so I get used to it again. That's how long it's been since I've live streamed. But I promise y'all, I'm going to get some headphones so I can get some people up here and we can talk about some good old stuff. I'm going to do some giveaways next time. And in just a few minutes, we're going to talk about some members, the stuff y'all getting. We do the Gold Rush. Dang, I'm glad I remember that because that's on our website. We did the Gold Rush this time, and I'm the same way. I like them. Now, I will tell you what I do like about those yellow beans that we do, the Gold Rush, is I like them fermented and pickled better than I do the green ones. But if I'm going to eat just green, yeah, I'm with you. I don't like them as good as I do the green ones. So we do less of them now because she knows we're either going to ferment or pickle the yellow ones or we're not going to eat them. I agree, Jesse. It's good to see him. Been a while. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I don't blame you. We do the same thing here. Bobby will find something. Man, normally though, it has to be pretty old, but we have to do the same thing here. And the lids go. When Bobby first started out, somebody's like, "Yeah, you can redo the lids," and nah, it's not. It don't feel good when you put a whole bunch of work into something and then you look out and see them dumping them out. What are you doing? They all sealed. Well, this one didn't seal later. I don't know what happened, but and then you'll flip it over and go, "Oh, look, it's got old writing from 2 years ago. Did you double up? Was you being a cheapo?" So yeah, she don't do that. She don't do that no more. But somebody told her you could reuse them at least once. So it didn't work. And I can't remember how many. It wasn't a lot because she wanted to make sure, but it was like 10, 15 quarts. And well, I'm going to say a gallon, but I'm not going to rub it in case she's in here on the cell phone. That's right, Christy. That's the best comment right there. Marty is a bacon freak. We can't have a refrigerator that don't have bacon. And every morning, got to fix that whole pack because half pack's going to her. Marty's a bacon freak. She likes sausage too. No, they won't. No. I will tell you what will happen though, Christy. They like to be around chickens. They flock with them. They're good with them. But if you got a rooster and that rooster gets a little attitude, they don't play. They will defend themselves. Those guys like to fight. I think they like to fight more than jungle fowl. Honestly, them dudes. It don't matter either male or female. They don't play. They don't care. But they do good with chickens. I know quite a few people that's got them with chickens. You might walk out one day and find a male duck trying to have a girlfriend chicken. That will happen. But they're pretty good. But man, I have seen in life, I mean in person and in video, I've seen them. Them dudes it's hard for another bird to kill them. Maybe a dog or something like that, but no, they don't care. They don't even run from them. They'll fight. Look them up on YouTube, Christy. You'll see they're really protective over chickens. They'll treat them like family. Treat them like girlfriends too. But they will protect your chickens if you got them in there with them. They don't care. And they like to fight hawks and stuff. They act like it's a sport. Suckers are mean. Well, I know the goslings, the little babies can. They're quick. They can hop, but they're long because their little wings. They get their little juvenile feathers faster. They can get their butts off the ground and go for 12 feet. But usually, if there's a pair, the mama will go with the babies and rush them off. But usually, if it's just one, they ain't running nowhere. They can get away from predators, because they're good flyers, but they're usually not runners. Unless there's a pair, of course, and they work as a team. They're pretty smart. One of them will run off with the babies, and the other one, turn around and handle business. But if it's a single parent, like a mom with some baby ducks, they usually make sure the baby's is good and they come back. I'm talking straight attitude, man. They don't mind fighting. Oh, no, yeah. That's down Bobby's lane. I can feel you on that. We got into medical stuff last night. Randy, appreciate you hanging out with me for the whole time, man. I'll hang over and I'm come over and see what y'all doing. I ain't got over in a long time. But appreciate it. It's good seeing you, man. Be careful when you out doing your thing. Tell Shannon, hey, we love her. And y'all keep on keeping on. Y'all know how we are. We're just happy to see you come in. Stay as long as you can and leave when you need to. I'm not sure. I don't even know what's going on. Um, I'm not sure about the links on. I'm not even ever on YouTube. I know they don't do much in StreamYard, especially on my side. But what it does is it gets weird and covers the whole box with a little gray thing, and then you click it like it's going to add it because I'm the stream host. So it won't let me click links. Miss Boone, hey sis, it's good to see you. Thank you for bringing your busybody in here. Hope everybody's good. Tell everybody hey. And we love them. Of course, you already know that. Let's see. The first time was 7, and then the last few times has been 8. I think, I went at 8. It was like 5 minutes till, though. I went 5 minutes early. And it don't matter. You know what I mean? No. The first time I went 7, and then you and a few other people said 8 was better. And I was like, okay, if you can handle Marley's sensory outburst, I'll try to mute the mic, but she's not had any so far. But I don't know. But you know how we are, sis. I don't care if you don't show up. I get to see you off at YouTube. So it's all right. I ain't mad at you. I love the support and everything, but you family. You don't got to come here. Jamie ain't in here either. I'm mad at y'all know me. I love y'all. I don't care. I get enough support from you outside of YouTube. So don't worry. Snag it when you can snag it or watch it later. You know how it is. We love you. Bobby was just in here too. She'd be all booning up if she knew you was in here. Which is how I know she's not on the phone right now. Most times she hangs out on the phone. Yeah, I had a church thing not long ago. That's where we had our Thanksgiving at this time. It's pretty cool. Bobby's sister Jessica got they've been going to that one church, Rosemont Baptist Church. Anyway, it's a huge place, and they've been going there since they was kids. Their kids go to school there too, so long time. And they get to use that big place in the back of the church. The cafeteria, they use that for like graduation parties. This time I used it for Thanksgiving or thinking about doing a Christmas thing there. It's pretty cool. Lots of room, laid back, echoey because it was huge, but there's a video on there. It's a lot of fun. We like to do stuff at home, but it turned out really good for people that don't like to go nowhere and be around people. True that, Anti. Thank you very much. Also, we ain't at no 12 o'clock. So for all my military peeps, boom. Thank you for your service. We love you, my sister. Everybody else in here, whether I know you've been in it or not, happy Red Friday, people. We love all of our people that's been in the military, still in the military. Misha, she's a member of our channel. She usually comes in. Misha Lee herself, military, ex-soldier. Her son is active. I think her husband is active or was. Whole family. Thank you guys. We love y'all. Everybody. Rick, Lala Farm. I could keep rolling with it, but I ain't going to because I don't know everybody that has been in the branch of any service. But whoever you are, we love you guys and we appreciate you. And hopefully one day we will get this other catastrophe fixed. If y'all know what I'm talking about. North Carolina, y'all know me, I don't like to boast about it, but travel up there's a rough situation. And the military is getting scolded for trying to help. Maybe one day. They're doing what they can, and they're breaking through. It's just really rough. Wintertime's coming, and there's people that live in tents, and there's people that I don't get started on it. It's just getting to me. Really, really kind of pissy about it, though. I'm going to tell y'all now. One little thing, I will tell you this. I know they're on the news, Amish people. All y'all know a huge load of Amish people went out and started building these people houses. up here in North Carolina for them. Now they're temp houses, but the Amish don't build no junk. And they went up and they donated all the supplies, paid for everything themselves, and went up and built a whole bunch of emergency housing for these people so they wouldn't have to live in a tent and freeze to death. The reason why they did this is because they was having tents, but people wouldn't donate enough heaters, and you know how that works. So, what do you think happened? Yeah, our good old emergency services. Now, we're not talking about the military, y'all, but we are talking about some of our emergency services that said, no, they didn't pull permits. So they'll get destroyed and people can't live in those houses. They'll have to freeze to death. That's just one little thing that we're dealing with here. So, anyway, for the people that are trying to help, it's military and private branches of military soldiers that's been coming and helping. And that's why we love our soldiers. In or out, it don't matter. We love you and we thank you for what you do, what you've done, and what you're still doing. It is. It's just sad, that a state can't get their head out of their money pocketbook to let people not die. They could go without long enough. They don't. The people that live here don't have to walk out and do any finding. We have temporary permits here. They could be nice and do it, but you know how it is. Something like I said, I really don't want to talk about it. Just gets me all tore up. Can't in a pissy way. That really frustrates me, y'all. It just makes me mad. For the work that they did, I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars in supplies, y'all. Happily done. Donated, built, sweat, everything. And it didn't matter. Didn't matter. These people still got to live in tents. Some of them don't even get to live in that. Y'all want to get my blood boiling? That's what we talk about. It's just not right. And that's what I saw about. Hopefully the change will, it's working. They did it this time. The one that was here couldn't go anymore anyway. So we'll see what happens next. He's done run his term. So yeah, that's what we get here. I love where I live at. Don't want to go nowhere else. I love the state. I love the people in it, but the people that run it, not good with them. Anyway, that's why I made a video about, the help that they was getting was just people going up to boast about it. Let's see how many views. Let's get across the creek because there's bodies in the tree. Nobody's did that before. Pulling PewDiePie stuff. Just stuff I didn't have no respect for. When I go help, I don't have to take pictures, put it on Facebook, boast about it. I'm sure those people don't want their private life and their toilets and all their private stuff strode out across the yard. I want people out there filming it, and I better shut up before I get in trouble. You're right. And hopefully things will change. But it is true. We could go on about it, but y'all know we've always talked about the negativity and the politics, and we just try not to. Because when you see people like that you actually know, that you call family, kind of rough. It's hard not to get passionate about it, mad and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, we all know when it comes to money and people, we know what they care about. Chris 17, howdy. Thank you for coming in. Y'all check us out. We're still rolling. It really is. And that's a really nice way to put it, Christy. But you're right. That's pretty much, And there's a lot more. I mean, it's a whole rabbit hole, And every time I say rabbit hole, I think of going to Jake's Live. I love it. Somebody else that likes to expose the truth and don't really care what other people think. But yeah, we've all touched on it. It's it all seems like it's on the backside of the fence until something like this happens. You know, and the first thing you hear is, "Well, we don't have it," and then you find out they did, and then it was another lie, and then you find it's just, you know, and we're just strictly talking about emergency services and the money that people like me and you put into it, and then we get told a big lie, and it got put somewhere else. Well, I can tell you up here, hillbillies, they're gonna survive one way or the other. You ain't gonna be able to make them go nowhere. They ain't gonna sell what you're wanting to buy. It ain't going nowhere. When they do, next generation's just coming in. So it's just a shame they got to go through this. Because those people are the kind of people that's holding, the key to all the stuff. Because when you're off grid and you can't make your own food and you don't know how to live off the land, those people, they don't see a lot of change. They're still going to be living the same way. But those are also the kind of people that will come off the hill, come down to the bottom, go through blood, sweat, and tears and make sure somebody else has got something to eat, get the shirt off your back. That's what hillbillies are. That's why I say I identify as hillbilly. I identify as a hillbilly through and through. I'm a redneck, but I've been around enough, got raised by enough. I know hillbillies good folks. They've been through a lot of stuff. Kind of like Native Americans. You just got to do a little research. You'll figure out who the folks are. Jesse and Lisa and everybody else in here. Before I go, we're gonna talk about some member stuff. About what you guys are getting. And for everybody else that's not a member, you can hang in and listen because one day, who knows. Anyway, y'all guys, we already got some numbers I got to send out to y'all. Boone and Jamie not included. I'm going to be seeing y'all in person, so I'm going to be delivering yours personally. But everybody that is gold and above, we've already shipped out farm freshies. Everybody's going to get a farm freshie with a random scent, and then later on, you can change the scent if you want to do so. So each member is going to get a farm freshie with a random scent, and we're also sending everybody a 24 karat soap. I think we're going to pack it with the rest of the leftover proto packs. And most have been sent out. Some of them is still being sent out because of the crazy shipping again. So anyway, it don't seem like it's been like a whole lot, but everything's going to be coming in at one time. So it's going to be a little aggravating, but just get it and be happy we sent it to you because it has been one more thing with this crazy shipping. When we went over to a new site and I deleted everything and just rebuilt it, it's always the shipping department. It's always the shipping apps that you have a problem with. If you don't get your shipping right, you can't keep people around. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, we've been getting some emails. We gave out some soap, but everybody that's got the soap has all been members. We have 3 members that's got the soap. We have 8 members that still it's coming. We have a video on the farm freshies. Y'all guys know all about the farm freshies, and you can learn how to use them by that video. The soap. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the soap, and I'm going to get off here, y'all. But yes, for the people that's asking in email, it is real 24 karat gold inside the soap. It is crushed powder into a mica form. So, yes, it's natural to see some of that gold flakes running off onto your hand. It's not going to hurt you septic or nothing like that. The flakes on top is real 24 karat. But you're not going to be able to retrieve any of that stuff out of the soap. That's not what it's there for. It's just for an exfoliant. The top is to help keep some of the oils and stuff in the soap from drying out. But we've been using this soap, and all of our soap is good. But the only reason why that I'm talk so much and brag so much about this gold soap is when we first started making soap. I think I've told you guys before, but anyway, we made this stuff by accident. It was 100%. It was a big accident because me and Bobby's always like into, and when we're making candles, we don't make candles anymore, but when we make stuff like that, especially for ourselves, we always like to experiment because we like to make stuff as natural as we can. So the gold soap that we're going to send out to you, it is infused with real 24 karat gold. It's a crushed mica powder. Everything, when you look at the soap, you'll see 2 different colors. You'll see a dark, and then you'll see it this lighter color. That light color is actually clear soap, and it's the gold that's coloring it. The most important thing about this soap is heliotrope nectar. That's why it takes 6 months to build a soap. Normal soap, you can make it in 24 hours, and it takes about a month and a half for it to cure when you're doing lye, and then you're ready to use it or sell it. This stuff is different, basically because of two ingredients we put in it that makes that soap so soft that it takes months and months for it to cure, and the heliotrope nectar that we put in it is crazy expensive, along with the gold. We did, I mean, it's just a specialty item, and we got some people that like to treat their wives like celebrities, and they always liked that soap, and we just started experimenting a little bit more with it. We got a raw butter from another country, and when we brought it in, I thought it destroyed our soap because it had changed the substance of our soap so much that you couldn't even cut it after 48 hours with a soap cutter. It was like milkshake almost. And I got fed up. I was like, this is it. I'm not doing it. We're not changing the ingredients. We got to go back. We just wasted so many pounds. And it sat in the closet. Didn't touch it. I won't tell you what happened between then and there, but I will say later on, probably about, I don't know, 8 months, we didn't have any soap, and everything that we had was supposed to go to the stores, didn't have any extra. And she was like, hey, just go cut me a chunk of the gold soap. I checked it. It's enough, it's hard enough where you can cut it now. Let me just try it. Best soap you've ever used in our entire life. I don't know why. I don't know why it takes so long for it to cure, but I know this soap works so good that after you're done and you set the soap bar up to dry, when that soap bar dries, it's never going to look dry again, because every time it dries, the soap recoats itself it just rejuvenates the whole bar with this sheen of oil from Shea. It is the craziest thing. And it cleans, but it if you use it one time, you're going to feel the difference. And it's like the most expensive bar we sell. It's the most expensive bar that we make because of the stuff that we put in it. But we have used enough castor oil where it's rejuvenating. It will help your skin heal. We use Carolina spring water. It's filtered straight from a spring that comes out right here. It's been going for about 25 years. Some of the best water. And after we had it tested, we realized it was going to be some really good stuff for the soap. Again, castor oil for healing. It's going to have avocado oil, hemp seed oil, coconut butter hash, and of course the heliotrope nectar. So when you get the bar, it's all going to smell the same. The colors may vary because it's handmade, but it's going to smell like I got a description on the website, and I think it says it smells to me like butterscotch, vanilla, ice cream cone with a little waffle cone on the bottom of it. It literally makes you want to pick up the bar and eat it. But, when you do, you're going to trust me, you're going to spit it out. But it throws scent crazy when you got it set in your bathroom, the whole bathroom. But it's not burning wide. It just smells like a good bakery type thing. I don't care about smelling like a dessert, but I know once I watched you, it was like, you got to use that soap just one time. It's crazy good. So we have 2 pounds. The first pound is already asked for. The second pound gave us 10 bars. Every bit of that's going to our members. When we give this to the Amish sell this for $19.95 per bar, and it's only 4 to 6 ounces. They're rough cut, so the 2 end pieces turn out to be 4 ounces. 6 ounces. We don't cut off that extra little chunk so everything's uniform. We don't do that. We just leave the 2 end pieces. That's just how it goes. So you're going to get a little description of the paper with the soap. You're also going to get an email telling you everything that's in the soap. But we're really proud of that stuff. Regardless of whether we sell it online or not, we don't care, because the Amish, they eat it up, and the people that come in their shops, they don't mind. So, they're selling it for $20 a bar, and we're making 13 off of that. So, when you guys come and get it, you get it for free. If you go to the website, you're not a member, you go buy that soap, it's going to be like $12, $13. But I promise whoever buys it, you're going to come back and buy another one. It's crazy, insane how good that stuff is. And it was an accident. That's the scent and the heliotrope. We did have a scientist help us with that. like we did our candles that would help you fall asleep. We don't do candles anymore. We do, but they're going to be flameless, and we're working on that product. But everybody that has a Gold Bantam by their name and they're Gold Plus and higher, you're getting the soap and the Farm Freshie. The Farm Freshie will last years and years. The scent stick inside of it will go anywhere from 3 weeks to a month. You can get the same scent at our website. I think you get 2 of those sticks, which is 2 months worth of, and it's like $3. I think, or $1.50 each. So it's nothing to keep those things running. But we're going to send you one of those, and we're just going to pick a random scent because we don't know what you guys like. You can go to the website and see what you got. We have the strawberry, sugared strawberries. We just added that. Bahama Mama candy. We just added that. Infused cherry. I can't even take the rest of them. Anyway, we got 5 or 6 that just go read up. And when yours runs out, if you want another one, you go to the website, pick what you want. Pick any scent you want. So just that alone, without the seeds, we're sending you guys about $35. And then, you know how we do it. We're going to cram it, pack full of seed. There'll be 5 or 6 packs, but we always make sure everybody gets about 100 of everything. So there you go. That's what you get for us being late. It goes around here. I'm not worried about it. I know you're going to love it because everybody around here does. We can't make enough for them to sell it because it takes so long to cure, and we're not backed up on it. Once we started making it, it just started going, and we're, back ordered all the time. But I did cut out a loaf, and y'all guys are getting it. And what's left, we'll throw back on the website. So some of them shipped out, and the ones that have shipped out, I'm going to try to do my best through the weekend. I have a really, really rushed commission job of a German Shepherd I have to do, passed away from a client, and they want it done by Christmas, but their Christmas party's next week, and I hadn't even started on it. So the ones that we have sent out already, I promise I'll get you guys some tracking numbers. The ones that hadn't, like Misha Lee, oh my gosh, Wendy. Yeah, we have some other people. So I think we have 3 other members that we ain't sent out yet, but it is packed up here. I'll get to you guys later. So anyhow, I have been ignoring comments while I've been looking at the website, trying to tell you guys some of the ingredients that I had forgot about this soap. Anyway, I couldn't name them all. There's a bunch over there. But it's coming, and I will get you guys some more information in email. So thank you guys for all the support. It does help out, and y'all know me. I always promise we're always going to make sure you get way more back than you put into it, and that's what we're doing. So I have went over an hour, y'all. I went an hour and 20 minutes on this new vertical thing that they kept saying, if you want to unlock a gift or unlock gifts, which that's not what I did it for. I hate vertical. I hate shorts because my thumbs and the phone, it's just not good with diabetic eyesight. I like the wide stuff. But here's my first vertical. I landed it. I'm done with it. I don't think I like it. What y'all think? I like the big wide screen. I can see better. I'm a wide fella, so, I call it big head mode. Like, who wants to do this the whole time with a big head? I don't like it. But anyway, Northern Girl Hobbies, I'm sorry I missed you. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. Hollering everybody in chat. Talking it up. Yeah, this we almost had that going on here, but I think our problem is it's not the local, because I can take stuff down to the post office and it's okay, but it's our shipping app, because when I built a new website, there's like 85 different apps, but if you choose your own scale here and you go through like USPS, we have a lot of regular people that come every year, and it's not a lot. And, we don't like sell thousands of dollars, but the people that do come in buy seed and soap don't leave. They just keep coming back. And some of them has emailed us and said, I ordered the exact same thing this year that I did last year. And the new website's tacked on, like, if you buy 1 pack of seed and you don't buy nothing else, the pack of seed, you get like 100 seed for like $4.35. Sometimes $3.35. And then they'll charge you even more, like $6 to ship that 1 pack. So I can understand why people's like, okay, well, I'm not doing that. It's going to cost more to get it here than to pay for it, So I agree, Anti. A fat kid needs a fat screen. But no, I just don't like, for some reason or another, if I don't sit back here and my mic stand is right here. I mean, you really can't see it unless I show it to you, because most of the time you can't even see this top. But I have to be up here to do that, and that's why I say it's a big head mode. It's all you see is my head. And my camera, I got a 45 inch, but my camera's mounted to the top of the 45. My chat's over here. So it don't really work out when I got this much space to work in, because I have to lean over here and it links, and I don't like it. I mean, they asked me to do it. I did it, and I don't think I'm going to do it again. I don't like it. Ain't no sense in it. I don't even like to do shorts, and they keep asking me to do that. You need to make shorts to get my views. Make another short, man. I don't want to do that, but I will. I always find something to make a short about, but I'm not putting out no videos if I can't put out some information. I ain't going to do no static videos. It really is. And then, can you imagine doing this and then, like, from your phone? Because I'm on desktop. That's the only way I would do it. There's no way I can do this and live stream on a phone, because this is how you have to do it. I can't read chat because of my crazy eyesight. That's why I don't do as much artwork anymore. If I do, it has to be really big. I used to be known for the micro stuff. Even when I had a tattoo shop, I was known for the little dime size. Now, I can't do nothing. So when I do stuff, I get a bigger canvas. Like, yeah, I want an 18 by 24. I'm like, no, let's do 19 by 24. I won't charge you for it. You've done something bigger. So I don't have to do all stuff, because my eyesight's going out. And this stuff ain't helping me at all. Listen, thank you, Chrissy, man. It's good to see that name again. We used to have a lot of fun in Pete's live streams. Good to see that name. Thank you for hanging out with us again. Hope I see you soon. And appreciate you. Have a good night. And you know me. Keep on keeping on. We appreciate you. Y'all, listen, my mouth is getting driver sitting going, running my trap. So, I think I'm going to skip it out too. But man, thank you for coming in and knocking it out with the modern stuff again. Y'all see me squinting and reading his stuff? It's diabetic. That's what I call it. I refuse to wear glasses. You're right. You're right. I'll have to give that to the secretarial stumblers, what I call her. Bobby's still allergic to balance. So, listen to the artist. I probably got it wrong. I always thought the horizontal was the other one. And what was that old show that they never would let you watch? Porky's. They always talked about the horizontal something. So I figured the verts was this way. Either way, I just call it the widescreen because the white kid needs it. Especially when you do artwork and people still buying stuff, like, make a drop, like my dog's playing in the pool and there's water drops, and inside that one water drop, I want it to reflect. When people start getting into that kind of stuff, did I mention I have type 2 and my eyesight's been slightly going away for? I don't know. I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea, but let's do it on a bigger canvas. It'll give me more room. I can work a little bit more, tell people my eyesight's going, oh, really? So you're going to have to stop painting. And it just, they start rubbing it in a little bit more, and you want to hear, yes, I know one day I won't be able to do what I love to do so much. Look at it and I'll be a jumbled mess. You can, but that's another long story. I'm in a medical lockdown with insurance company, and I definitely, anyway, you definitely can. You sure can. Like thyroid can cause major issues, and you can change it in a heartbeat and be as slim as a microphone stand like it's right here. But some insurance companies say, no, you can't do that unless you want to pay for it in cash. Because it's not a necessity. You know what they call it? My insurance, because I had the same thing. That's why I gained 60 pounds in a month. And my doctor was like, oh my God, you can't gain that much weight in a month. You're going to have a stroke. We got to stop it. We got to figure out what's causing it. And it was thyroid. My insurance company's like, he's like, we got to have surgery. If I have to declare emergency, like he's going to have a stroke. It's like, no, you can't do that, because It's cosmetic. It's you're doing it for weight loss. He's like, no, the dude don't eat no different. His wife eats more, but they wasn't going to cover it. So I was like, yeah, I'm not paying you 125,000 nothing for that. We'll do something different. So you run into stuff like that. Like you can save your website and you can do a lot of stuff, but you got to be in that network and so anyway, we have to choose natural stuff, to keep your A1C. Mine's pretty constant at like my doctors are still puzzled. Just stay around 7 and we're not giving you medicine. You refuse to take medicine. Well, you got to use stuff like cannabis, honey, hemp oil. It's all got to go down the old, you got to eat it like you do candy. And I'm staying where I need to be. So it's good. But yeah, it degraded. You could tell over time. And your knees, you can tell it. But you can reverse it. You sure can, 100%. Yeah, that was the thing. They was like, no, I don't understand. And 3 months later, they're like, when I went back, they're like, how did you do that? You still refuse to take medicine. Well, got to go the natural way. It may not be no instantaneous turnaround like some of the crazy stuff they shove in your body, but once you're back, you're back. Kind of like a lot of people will argue with you all day long, with severe cat allergies. You're like, get a cat. They look at you like you're the stupidest person in the world. Get a cat. Did I not just tell you that we're allergic? Like my child can't breathe. Get a cat, man. You got chickens, get a cat. I even made a video about it. People don't listen, but there's a natural way you can fix everything. I had a neighbor for years that would argue. Every time I'd laugh at her, I'd tell you, you already got chickens, get you a cat. I can't have a cat around. Leave him outside. If your cat stays around your chickens and puts off LD1, you're already eating those eggs. It'll be about 3 to 5 years. You won't have no more allergies. And if you'll feed them to your cat, if you don't like eggs, then just feed those eggs that has the FLD1. Just feed those eggs to your cat. Your cat will stop producing FLD1 and you won't be allergic to that cat. You bring it in the house. 8 years later, she comes, I want to thank you. After all that time, she had 3 doctors to verify the same thing. The doctors that like not want to push chemical medicine, but actually encourage natural stuff. Yeah, I tried for my long time. I was like, just get a cat and stay over and put it in the barn. Feed it around your chickens. Just cat needs to stay around your chickens, and you eat those eggs anyway. But yeah, you can do everything natural if you want to. Well, not everything, but naturally, you can do a lot of stuff. I think a lot of people, to be honest with you, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to anyway. It's kind of lazy because it's more work. It really is. It's more work. And then you got to start thinking for yourself. Instead of somebody, well, you need to do this, you got to take that. Let me give you a script. People like that. Go home, knock it back with water, and go on to work. Not have to worry about it so much. I'm not one of those people that like tell everybody else tell me what I'm going to put in my body or what I'm going to have to do and pay for. And so I'm just like, yeah, no, I came. I heard what you had to say. I'll talk to you later. I'll do more research and we'll get back to you. If you care enough, sit there and do enough research, you can find cures for a lot of stuff. Yeah, it sure can. I can tell you some rough stories. One of my best friends came out and said he was ready to go right in, graduated, went through all of his stuff, and he said he was ready for the medical world, ready to be a surgeon. And he said the minute he had, Big Pharma was pow, pow, pow. I'm not endorsing that. They find a way to make you not practice. They like to do that. He said it wasn't worth the hassle, and he didn't follow that career path. Not because of anything up until the word Big Pharma and the pharmaceutical companies. And that's when he was like, nah, all I'm telling you now, dude, all they have to do is just put enough money back. They make enough. They just put enough back for all those suits. They know what's happening. They know what's going to happen to people. They put it out anyway. And then the money's already there. It's already put back. They don't even worry about the suits. They just pull it out of that bank account and they keep rocking on. That powder gets shut down, and we'll go ahead and press it into another form, add a few different ingredients, change the name, and here we go. We get to roll all over again. And then they cause more problems for you. Yeah, I'm going to shut up. We're going down that rabbit hole again. That ain't what this one was supposed to be about. Yeah. There's a lot of people don't understand why the shots would work so good. They're just really taking the stuff you're allergic to and shoving it in your body in really, really high doses, and then over a period of time just slacking off while you build up an immunity to all that stuff. I think that's probably one of the most natural parts of medicine when it comes to things like that is just allergy shots. You can pretty much do the same thing. Like there's other tribes that can, were the ones that go around and drink the venom and stab themselves with it they don't stab themselves with it. They put it in tattoo ink. Over a period of time, they do it in reverse, start off slow and then more and more and more. Because that one venomous snake is all in the village and people die from it every week. So what do? They decided to just take it and start shoving it in their body a little bit over time. And now they pick it up and hold it. And while that snake, one bite kills everybody else, it don't hurt them. So they just swell up. But there's no dying. Pretty crazy stuff. It's the same thing. You're just having a educated person that makes way more money to do the same stuff. Or just sticking what you're allergic to in your body. Yeah, you're right. The cat and the egg and the chicken and the cat, same thing. You're just eating the fail one that the cat's putting off, and the chickens are soaking it up, and then you're just eating it and building up immunity over time. You feed it to your cat, does the same thing. But anyway, like I said, y'all, I might have to go get me something to eat and drink, and I have to go to work this weekend. I work every weekend, actually. We worked today, just got home, popped in Jerry's Live, which is probably made me talk about Bobby bringing crazy animals home without asking. Jerry's like, I can't believe women do that. Don't mess with Digger because Digger don't live in the United States. If you come over here and marry, you 50% chance you're gonna meet a female like that. I'm lucky I got one that'll at least ask and let me know. When she says, hey, can we have her? That means, hey, I'm coming home with whatever, so be prepared. That's way better than showing up and not letting you know, because that has happened before too. So yeah. Anyway, I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me. I was going to go live last week, but Thanksgiving, hanging out with, like I said, first time we traveled. So, well, a lot of people expected anyway, so I didn't say nothing about it. I just didn't go. But each and every person that's came in here, we appreciate y'all coming in here, hanging out. Love y'all like fam. Anti, thank you for coming in, singing links. Boone, love you. See you. Everybody else, thank y'all, man, for coming in, hanging out. I'll do it again next weekend, same time, between 7 and 8. I try not to go around 9 because by that time the phone systems are coming down, or Marty's finishing up with videos and she can get really vocal. Man, I don't feel like muting all the time. Love her to death. That's my loud girl. Crazy baby. So I'm just going to go live where we can have a few hours apiece, which will be between 7 and 8. I'm going to pick 8, but we'll see. Anyway, y'all keep on keeping on. Again, thank you very much for all the support, everything you do for our channel, because if it weren't for you, we wouldn't even be what we're doing today. I probably wouldn't even be making videos. Anyway, y'all keep on keeping on. I will make sure I get you that information to the members about all the stuff that's coming and the ingredients in it. Love each and every one of y'all. I'm closing this thing out now and not repeat myself no more. And y'all have a great weekend. And I will see y'all again on the next one.